Your Excellencies, Head of States and Governments, Honorable Ministers, Your Excellency Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, Chairperson of African Union Commission, distinguished guests, delegates, I am honored to address the distinguished gathering in my capacity as the Chair of IGAD, reflecting the shared concern and commitment of member states to the stability of our sister nation, the Republic of South Sudan, the wider region, and our continent as a whole. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Allow me at the outset to express my appreciation to the African Union High-Level Ad Hoc Committee for South Sudan, and in particular its chair, the Republic of South Africa, for convening this timely summit and for the close coordination with IGAD and its preparation. I also wish to thank my colleagues, the IGAD heads of states and government, for their continued support and strategic guidance to the South Sudan peace process. Excellencies, the collective efforts of IGAD, the African Union, and the international partners succeeded in halting a devastating conflict and culminated in the signing of the revitalized agreement on the resolution of the conflict in the Republic of South Sudan. For nearly 7 years, this framework enabled the longest ceasefire since independence and contributed to relative stability, recovery, and economic activity. Recent developments, however, underscore the fragility of these gains. These pressures are compounded by the humanitarian spillovers from the conflict in Sudan, which has placed additional strain on South Sudan's already limited capacities. Uncertainty over the agreed sequences of the transition risk, undermining confidence in the peace process at a time when unity of purpose is most needed. IGAD, as a guarantor and as a custodian of the agreement, stands ready to continue playing its central role in close coordination with the African Union in support of an inclusive, collegial, and peaceful transition that lays durable foundations for stability, constitutional governance, and democratic legitimacy. Against this backdrop and in a spirit of collective responsibility, I urge us to, 1, reaffirm the RRCSS as the agreed framework for the peaceful resolution of the conflict and the completion of the transition in South Sudan, and call on all parties to recommit to its letter of spirit. 2, designate at this summit a lead mediator, either a former head of states or a delegate sitting head of states from the region under IGAD's auspices. The spearhead urgent de-escalation efforts and facilitate an inclusive political dialogue within the framework of the RRCSS. Establish and operationalized a joint IGAD-AU C5 technical task force under the guidance of the head of the lead mediator to provide coordinated political, technical, and mediation support to the process. Mobilize predictable and timely resources, including from the African Union Peace Fund, to support de-escalation dialogue and confidence-building measures. Agree to regular joint IGAD-AU C5 review meetings at summit level to assess progress, address emerging challenges, and provide strategic guidance to the mediation process. Excellencies, with renewed commitment, principled leadership, and coordinated action, we can help South Sudan remain on the path of peace and prevent a relapse into conflict. I thank you for your attention. Welcome.